Let's get educated. That's why we're here, to bring you the stories impacting K-12 classrooms and college campuses. It's time for a little education.
Well, welcome one and all. I am Katie Petrick, joined today by, oh my goodness, David is not in his seat. Instead, we have a very special guest and the host of One Nation, Dr. Jake Jacobs.
Katie, it's an honor to be taking the place of David Fiorazo.
Does the seat still feel warm?
It's like the Shekinah glory is here.
Oh, there we go. All right. Well, let's get to basically everything we have to talk about.
We're going to Kansas City.
Kansas. We're not in Kansas anymore, I tell you that much. Kansas City Chiefs, 3-time Super Bowl winning kicker. Yes, the kicker, the position on the team that's just more popular than the punter. That's about it. But the kicker has stood up for his Christian values, and of course he immediately got destroyed for discussing such beliefs at a, Catholic college. But what about every political lecture given by Hollywood celebrities at award shows? I wonder how that operates. Well,
you mean there's a double standard going on?
No, there's no standard at all. None. So basically what happened, they're calling him the star kicker. Is he so much a star? He's a kicker. Okay, let's just call a spade a spade. He's a kicker. His name is Harrison Butker, and he was invited to give the commencement speech at Benedictine College, which is a Catholic liberal arts school in Kansas. You may be saying to yourself, well, wait a minute. If he's talking about things that, are values and morals that should align with Catholicism, and yet...
And he's a Catholic?
And yet he's getting all this blowback. He began his speech as one would, a commencement speech. Spoke about words that, good job, graduates, all this stuff. But then he said some truth, and people got hot and bothered by it. Take a look.
It began much like any other graduation speech.
I would like to start off by congratulating all of you for successfully making it to this achievement today.
But minutes into this address at Benedictine College, Kansas City Chiefs star kicker Harrison Butker ramping up the rhetoric, taking aim at President Biden.
Our own nation is led by a man who publicly and proudly proclaims his Catholic faith, but at the same time is delusional enough to make the sign of the cross during a pro-abortion rally.
The 3-time Super Bowl champ, who has made his conservative Catholic beliefs known in previous speeches, then urging female graduates to embrace the title of homemaker.
I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. How many of you are sitting here now about to cross this stage and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? But I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world.
His message to young men:
be unapologetic in your masculinity, fighting against the cultural emasculation of men.
Butker taking aim at LGBTQ Pride Month with a joke.
Pride. Not the deadly sin sort of pride that has an entire month dedicated to it.
And even quoting Taylor Swift in an apparent jab at some Catholic clergy.
Because as my teammate's girlfriend says, familiarity breeds contempt.
Absolute brilliant. I have a new hero, even though he's a kicker. And by the way, kickers can be significant in winning Super Bowls, and Kansas City's winning Super Bowls, although the Packers are going to go back next year to the Super Bowl and beat Kansas City. But the point is, I am a student of speeches, some of the great speeches. Winston Churchill, Ronald Reagan, The Time for Choosing, Martin Luther King's. I'm telling you what, this speech is a classic speech. He is standing up for the truth, for veritas, for universal Catholic truth that goes back thousands of years to the resurrection of Jesus Christ. He stood for women's rights, the dignity of women, the dignity of life in the mother's womb. He stood for men standing up to actually be men. And the left went apoplectic crazy on this. This goes to show you we're in the midst of an ideological war. He was simply reflecting what we teach at Freedom Project Academy, classical Christian worldview values, and he spoke that truth, and they went nuts.
That's because they don't like the truth. They like their truth. Absolutely. But hey, don't take our word for it. What else did he have to say?
The speech was met with applause at the small Catholic college. but the backlash online has been fierce.
Did he forget that this is a college graduation?
I literally don't understand how you can be so sexist, homophobic, and misogynistic all in one speech.
On X, one person saying, "This is atrocious. You can find a kicker that's not homophobic and misogynistic pretty easily, I bet." Butker, the Kansas City Chiefs, Benedictine College, and Taylor Swift all not responding to NBC News' request for comment. Now, many shocked fans searching for answers from Butker.
What in The Handmaid's Tale is going on? I still love the Chiefs, but I definitely like you a little bit less.
Okay, the best part of this whole operation with it being the Chiefs, and if he was a kicker at any of the other teams, it wouldn't matter. But because so many Swifties got on board with the Chiefs this year, because Taylor Swift, oh my gosh, I love Taylor Swift, don't know a thing of, they don't know a lick about football. But now they're conflicted. And I literally don't know if I can still like the Chiefs because I just love Taylor Swift and Kelsey. But oh my gosh, this misogynistic, homophobic man. Can I like them or can I not? I don't know what to do anymore. Please, internet, tell me.
Okay.
Any commentary you'd like to throw in there?
Well, I'll tell you what. You know, the owner is Hunt. I forgot his first name now. But the wife of the owner, Tavia Hunt, and the daughter, Gracie, they absolutely loved what he had to say. And they came out vociferously defending what Butler had to say. They love him too, besides being a great kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs. But no, on a serious note, this is just unbelievable. He actually is telling young people to respect and love women. He teared up talking about meeting his wife when they were in middle school and her converting to Catholicism, and then in essence saying, young man, you need to love and respect women. What is wrong with that? You would think the Me Too feminists would be going bravo to him.
Oh no, they're too busy forgetting about actual women and then jumping on board with the transgender stuff.
The
there's just so much. There's so much going on, Jake. You can't just. Oh,
I can't keep up with it.
But hey, if we have the team owner's wife at least, and all that being like, yes, but what about the NFL itself? Oh, cower. NFL cower. Jonathan Bean, NFL's senior vice president and chief diversity and inclusion officer, because the NFL needs one of those. Yeah, okay. Harrison Butker gave a speech in his personal capacity. His views are not those of the NFL as an organization. Why does the NFL have any views anyway? Other than to be about football. But the NFL is steadfast in our commitment to inclusion, which only makes our league stronger. Well, hey, I welcome the invite and the contract to be an NFL football player in the name of diversity and inclusion. I will be the kicker of a team then. I look forward to you offering me a female 5'0" mom of two who is not that great at kicking things. I can throw though, and I can run. But I look forward to my contract because you're all about inclusion, right? Right, NFL?
Well, let me get this straight. What's very interesting is how they have at the end, when a kicker kicks an extra point or kicks a field goal, it has end racism, And I think that's really been working when it comes to these, the racist movement, a critical racist theory, and DEI is racism in its exact form. It really is. And when you stop and think of it, think of the duplicity, the double standard going on here. Colin Kaepernick can yak and do all he wants. He has his bully pulpit across the country, insulting World War II veterans like my father, insulting our republic under God, the American flag. He's raised by white folk in Wisconsin. He was born in Milwaukee, raised in Wisconsin. I know his relatives in New London, Wisconsin. And then he goes to Berkeley and he gets all that communist left-wing claptrap in his head. And now America's this evil, oppressive, misogynistic nation, which is a bunch of hooey. But my point is here he's able to express his First Amendment rights.
Correct.
And but a lot of the stuff he was talking about were outright lies.
Correct.
Butler stood for the age-old truth of the scriptures of Orthodox Catholicism, which believes in Jesus Christ, which believes in the dignity of life in the mother's womb, and on and on and on.
Oh, no, Jake. He's an extremist, according to the ladies at The View.
Colin Kaepernick was standing up for the rights of many and saying in a social justice moment, this is a reminder that we're not there yet. What this man is doing is not just a devout Catholic. This is someone who's practicing something called the traditional Latin Mass, which is divergent from the majority of Catholics. It's compared to being cult-like and extremist like some religions in the Middle East and Asia. So this is a very extreme religion, and what bothers me about that as a Christian is that when people abuse Christianity, they often not only cherry pick from the Bible, they misinterpret and lie by omission, by taking out parts that would have explained something a little better. So what I can say to him as a Christian is if you're using this to oppress a people or hold them down, you're not walking with Jesus. If you are using the religion, if you're more obsessed with the religious rituals and practices than you are with the word of Jesus, you're not walking with Jesus. And if you're using it for the judgment of others and as a weapon to beat people down, you're also not walking with Jesus. So I would really encourage him to find the best parts of faith and not diverge into extremist beliefs.
Yes. Cherry pick, which she just talked about cherry picking, but she says to cherry pick, but only cherry pick to the good things that she wants cherry picked. Thanks, Sarah.
You know, what's absolutely absurd is she thinks she knows what she's talking about.
She's a Christian. We heard twice.
Theoretically, she says she's a Christian.
As a Christian,
look,
she told us twice.
I was raised as a Catholic. I had to learn This is how old I am. I had to learn Latin and do the Mass in Latin back in the day, even a couple of funerals.
Well, you extremist.
But the thing of it is, look, I'm not a practicing Catholic today. I consider myself a born-again evangelical Christian, but we have a lot of affinity with Orthodox Catholicism. It's the roots of evangelicalism, and we believe in many of the same great things that the Scriptures tell us. This woman is attacking him because he happens to believe in the sanctity of the Mass, in the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus Christ, and what that is all about. I taught at Lourdes Academy for 9 years, and I let my kids know in no uncertain terms the importance of the Mass, the importance of what Christ did for us. And here they are. This woman isn't a Christian. She uses the title. It's like a car going into a garage, and somehow that makes you, whatever.
Auto technician or something.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, as a Catholic, I can say that she is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs there. So I guess liking that structure is somehow bad in her mind. Look at me. I'm so oppressed over here. As a woman, I feel oppressed by the comments he made. Oh, wait, no, I don't. I have common sense.
And by the way, I really hope your audience, I really hope they take time out to listen to his speech. It is absolutely wonderful. I am going to have a show on it. I'm going to spread it across the country. One nation.
One nation.
Brilliant speech. Absolutely wonderful. We need more courageous men and women like him in the country.
That's true. That is true.
All right, friends, it's time to find out if you're smarter than a student at Freedom Project Academy. Here's a question from our U.S. History 3 course. On December 11th, 1941, the United States declared war against Germany, Japan, and their allies. What was the major event that drew us into this war? A, sinking of the Lusitania by the Germans. B, Germany invading Poland. And C, a sneak attack on Pearl Harbor by the Japanese. We'll be back with the answer after the break.
Today's episode is brought to you by Freedom Project Academy. Take back your kids' education. FPA's fully accredited classical curriculum provides live, on-demand, and homeschool courses built on Judeo-Christian values. Request your information packet and save 10% on tuition by visiting freedomforschool.com. That's freedom, F-O-R, school.com.
And we're back. Now, before the break, we asked if you were smarter than a student at FPA. Let's all remember that question. It was on December 11th, 1941. The United States declared war against Germany, Japan, and their allies. What was the major event that drew us into this war? And the answer is, I hope you all got it. C, a sneak attack on Pearl Harbor by the Japanese. Now, for more information on Freedom Project Academy's Judeo-Christian classical online school that's now enrolling students for the fall, by the way, visit freedomforschool.com. That's freedom, F-O-R, school.com. Well, We have to get all of the problematic characters out of Disney. It's about time. There have been so many. And so naturally, what's Disney going to do about it? They're going to deprive actresses of at least one more female role at the Magic Kingdom. And of course, that character is Tinkerbell. Of all characters, how problematic Tinkerbell apparently is. So Disney reportedly regards the fictional character from J.M. Barrie's 1904 play Peter Pan, later made iconic by the 1953 Walt Disney film of the same name. I think we all here understand Peter Pan. Yes? If you don't, I'm so sorry for you. Go watch Peter Pan.
Robin Williams did.
Oh, Hook is one of my favorite movies.
Right.
All-time favorite movies. Just, we can go side tangent. And Julia Roberts, my favorite actress, played Tinkerbell. Tink. So, Tinkerbell, let's talk about her. They branded her back in the day as, basically being problematic. Now they branded her as being problematic on account of her interest in a member of the opposite sex and likely her femininity as well. Disney basically clipped Tinkerbell's wings and threw her back into storage. If you've seen the movie Hook, by the way, do you know what happens? How Tinkerbell will die?
I don't remember.
I do not believe in fairies. If you say you do not believe, then a fairy will die and you have to clap to make them come back to life. So everyone start clapping because they've killed Tinkerbell. Disney basically is taking out all of the characters who have anything that is reminiscent of Walt Disney at this point.
Katie,
Are they not?
Look, as a kid, I can remember on Sunday nights when we would watch, what was it, the Wonderful World of Disney, whatever they
I wasn't
called
alive
it.
then. You tell me.
Right? But they would open up and you'd see the big castle. And if I'm not mistaken, I thought it was Tinkerbell who kind of had her fairy dust and she'd be flying through the air.
That's what she does. That's her role.
Oh, and God forbid that she might be attracted to a boy?
Yeah.
Is there something wrong with this?
Yes.
I'll
and
tell you,
she's
this is
feminine and
goofy. This is,
No,
goofy.
it's not goofy. Goofy is goofy. Oh. Goofy's probably not even allowed to be goofy anymore.
That's
Cats
goofy.
probably get mad at him, so they probably can't.
Unreal.
In the name of inclusivity. All right, well, Tinkerbell was used for decades in Disney advertisements and on shows and everything, okay? But her very popular meet and greet. Like when you go to the Disney parks, you can meet.
Kiddies would see Tinkerbell.
Yeah,
right?
You can meet Tinkerbell, get an autograph, get a picture, all these things. It had been cut during pandemic times because everything got cut during pandemic times, right? All meet and greets, everything got cut during pandemic times. But she hasn't come back. Other characters have come back, but Tinkerbell was noticeably absent. And Inside the Magic, because, there are a lot of people who have these podcasts and platforms to give you all you need to know about Disney. Inside the Magic is one of them. Recently reported that her signage has been officially removed from Town Square Theater, signaling her banishment from the Magic Kingdom's meet and greets. And guests apparently can now only meet Disney's iconic rodent at Belle's former stomping ground. So you can't even meet Tinkerbell anymore.
Katie, I don't get this. You got these bizarre, perverted drag queens dressing up like women and fairies and all this stuff.
That's not happening.
These men
Jake.
pretending to be women with all their dress.
Oh, wait, it is happening. Here it is. Oops, yep. Yep, it's happening, just as you say. Christian family, most recently, paid to do this meet and greet because, they wanted to meet the evil queen and all this. And then it was a man dressed in drag. Sure. What do? You've paid hundreds of dollars probably just so your kids can go meet a character and then it's a man. And then, of course, we have to think back, not even that long ago, about a year ago at this point, just under a year ago.
What are we looking at here? I can't tell what this is.
So Disney, at the little bibbity-bobbity boutique thing where little girls can go become princesses and all that, working the front door there was Nick. My name is Nick. I'm one of the fairy godmother's apprentices. Okay, so, yeah, they were greeted by Nick. We covered that story, and wow. You're not fooling anyone, especially yourself. But alas, that's what we have. So Tinkerbell has been banished. Everyone start clapping. Bring her back to life.
Bring back Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell. But while you're clapping and waiting, don't go anywhere because we've got some ranking of things to do. It's our lovely, fun segment of the show called Rank and File. Jake and I don't know what's going on, but we're going to rank and file some things. So just stick around. We'll explain after the break.
In 2024, we find ourselves at a pivotal moment where the call for unity, freedom, and a better future echoes louder than ever. Introducing Patriot Mobile, the wireless carrier that stands with you. We are committed to supporting the values that make our nation great. With affordable plans and reliable nationwide coverage, Patriot Mobile is not just a wireless service. It's a call to action for those who believe in the American dream.
Get free activation now with promo code EDUCATED. All right, it's that special time where we get to rank and file things. And since we have Dr. Jake in studio and with Memorial Day weekend upon us, I guess our producer thought it might be fitting to rank 5 movies based around military battles.
This is good.
So let's start rank and file. And I guess we're going to begin with American Sniper. I have not seen American Sniper.
Yeah, I have. Anyway, I'm going to give it number 5.
So on the bottom for you.
On the bottom.
Ooh. I'm just because number 3. I've heard great things about it. Oh, Black Hawk Down.
That is.
I mean,
good.
It was all the rage.
That's about the
back
battle
in my
Somalia. Yeah,
years.
That one's that one. I hope he does some World War II ones. I'm going to put it up in number 3. Number 3.
Well, then I'm going to reverse and I'll go. No, I'll just go to number 4.
All right, por favor, pour some more.
I got to find one I've seen. I'm not a big military movie watcher.
Oh, you're a pacifist.
I'm a rom-com watcher, okay? I like to get away from this stuff and watch romantic comedies. And here we go.
Numero uno. Saw that with my World War II veteran dad,
should I not say Eins right now then?
Uno. It is number 1. Patton is the classic war film. There's only one other one that can beat it, and hopefully it doesn't come up. But this is number 1
Well, then
for
just
me.
for that, I'm going to put it at 2.
Okay, you're probably going to beat me on this one. Here goes.
What do we got next? Ooh, Glory. We're taking it back. Civil War time, huh?
Glory is excellent. That's a phenomenal. I've used that with my kids all the time in teaching Civil War. Really, it is absolutely wonderful.
See, we didn't watch Glory.
And Denzel Washington even uses the word snowflake. He calls one of the guys in there snowflakes. I had to look it up. It was a term popular. So I would give it. Did I ever do 3 and 1 and 5?
I think you got 2 and 4 left.
I got 4. Glory is 4.
I'm gonna put it at 5 then.
I know what he's gonna do for number 1. I know it.
Oh, okay, I have no idea. So let's see. It's my number 1, whatever it is. It is. Yes! I'll take it. I've seen this one. Yay!
I got too emotional.
I did it.
It's my number 2.
I did it.
I should have picked it number 1.
Oh,
it is the
so did
greatest
you not rank
of all
and file
time.
properly? I guess I did. Huh.
That first 30 minutes, the invasion, is absolutely amazing. One of the most authentic scenes ever in a war flick.
I feel like you're going to go home and watch it now.
I am.
Oh, see? I knew it. All right, well, that's how we rank and file around here. And just so you know, if you enjoy our content, you could maybe consider subscribing to our audio podcast and weekly media e-blast, which does contain all of the top stories of the week. Simply go to stayeducated.org to get yourself signed up, put on that little list. It's free.
Hey, that's when I'm a socialist,
here.
when stuff is free.
There you go. Hey, that's how we roll around here. All right, well, that's going to wrap up Educated for this week for Dr. Jake and myself. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and thank you for supporting this show. Until next time, stay educated, America.